President Trump is keeping his promise to American people, and they can't stand it. They want to flip the script. They want to mismessage to the American people. Well, it's not working.
Now the criticism's pouring in. Maryland Democrats taking heat for staging a sit-in at an ICE facility in Baltimore after they were denied entry. The lawmakers then blasting their treatment and the Trump administration's agenda on immigration.
We got a very chilly reception from ICE. We were not allowed entry, and so we had to stand outside, bang on the door.
People here in Baltimore and across America are having their due process rights absolutely trampled on.
President Trump lied to the American people when he said that the Trump administration was simply going to focus on, quote, the worst of the worst.
You have to cover your face. You can't even let people see you. But there's an attempt to make people feel fearful.
Let's get the lowdown from Todd Lyons, his perspective, acting ICE Director. And sir, welcome back to our program, and good morning to you. Kristi Noem shot this out. These are the monsters, she wrote, that Chris Van Hollen's protecting over American victims. One's been arrested rape, one charged child pornography, one sexual abuse, one conspiracy to commit murder. What's going on here?
Hey, well, thanks, Bill. Yeah, you know, that sit-in was really, it was totally disingenuous. They weren't trying to get into a detention facility. It was the Baltimore field office where we process criminal aliens that we arrest. And, you know, really, to hear Senator Albrecht like that, you know, when she was a state attorney, she was the reason why so many criminal aliens were released in Prince George's County. There are so many criminal aliens at large in Maryland right now, yet these elected officials would rather be the champion of, you know, dangerous gang members, aggravated felons, instead of standing up for the victims and the citizens of Maryland that are preyed upon by these criminal illegal aliens. It's, like I said, it's very disingenuous what they did yesterday.
Yeah, okay, so you might have seen this op-ed in the Wall Street Journal. Neera Tanden was trying to help Democrats figure out a way in immigration. She wrote in part, the Biden administration's inaction contributed to Mr. Trump's re-election and in turn the harshest U.S. immigration policy in living memory. That's why it's more important than ever for Democrats to have a credible plan to secure the border, fix what's broken in the immigration system, and regain the trust of the American people. I don't know what she's talking about. It's like Democrats and Joe Biden threw the curtain wide open at the border when you account for nearly 8 million encounters over 4+ years and a staggering 550,000 unaccompanied minors.
Yeah, and it's really sad because, you know, under that last administration, which she was a part of, they're the reason why the open border policy didn't work. 8 to 12 million that are in the United States that we know of, and not counting the gotaways. These are the people that we are focused on, and so many of them now have final orders of removal. They got their due process. They saw an immigration judge. Most of them, their FAIR claims were unfounded. They were ordered deported by a federal judge. Yet still, you know, the last administration wants to try to fix it and spin it that ICE is out there doing something wrong. ICE is out there doing their law enforcement mission. We are cleaning up what happened under the last administration.
Okay, last point here. We did a poll about a week ago. Sure you saw it on how Americans feel about immigration. These are a lot of your policies now that they're being carried out. 29% that we surveyed say deport all. 11% say allow all of them to stay. But that middle number is intriguing to me. Deport if charged with crimes is an overwhelming 59%. How do you defend that?
You know, what I think is, I think the American public really wants us to focus on those criminal aliens that are out there committing the worst of the worst. Much like Secretary Noem has said, we are using our resources to find them. But, you know, we have to go ahead and follow the rule of law. And that includes those that have been ordered, you know, lawfully deported or removed from the United States. And that's what ICE is doing. We have to use our resources to go ahead and get those criminals, plus those people that have violated a judge's order and stayed in the United States longer than they should have.
How many more?
We got a lot to go, but ICE is out there. Brave men and women of ICE every day go out, even though they're being doxxed, threatened, and assaulted. They're out there every day to perform their law enforcement mission.
Okay. We're going to hold on to this number and see how Americans react as we go through it. Important stuff there to understand where the country is. Todd Lyons, thanks for coming back. Thank you, sir.
Good seeing you, Bill. Thanks.
Hey, everyone. I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.